Zadok, while he was yet in Babylon in the court of the king, and he was learning many things from Nehemiah and the other courtiers. And Nehemiah is well respected there because his quiet manner is after the example of the covenant of Abraham. And he is a ready servant, much like Joseph in Egypt, and Zadok is holy, and it can be felt by all around him, and he knows the great I am loving kindness, and is well acquainted with his spirit. And for one so young, he is a fast learner in how to organize and keep the records and understand their meaning, and the Lord has taught him the difference between the holy and the profane. And he would read the records of the Persians and the Babylonians, and then read the prophets like Isaiah. And from this it became known to him concerning the unique character of Hebrew writing and Holy Writ, and he set himself to see to their preservation. But Zadok also informed Nehemiah, because Nehemiah was not a scribe, but he was a careful administrator. And it came to pass that in those days Nehemiah was downcast and pondering at the news he had been hearing from Jerusalem. And most of his relatives remained at Jerusalem, and the conditions in Jerusalem were very serious, because the people round about took advantage of the deportations, and the wealthy elite were among the numerous to be deported. And their lands and dwellings were the richest and the most productive, and they had the best vineyards and very good olive groves and plowed fields and the best dwellings for animals. And their houses were on well-beaten paths and roads, and their farms were ready and producing with no inhabitants. And that which they planted, another would eat. And many held the view that the oppressors had of Israelites, and they even cast the Israelites that yet remained off from their lands, because they knew there would be no day of recompense. And it came to pass that the very poor Israelites were compelled to live in the ruins of Jerusalem. And the city is rubble, with very few intact buildings remaining. And upon hearing this report, Nehemiah was grieved for his people. And Zadok inquired with the Lord as to whether he should inform Nehemiah about the Hebrew treasure and the writings of his grandfather. And the Lord said, Nehemiah can be trusted. And so Zadok informed him about all the doings of the 22-year watch, and let him read the writings of Ezekiel. And they were plain to read, because Ezekiel was a scribe, and his writings were orderly. And Zadok had made a stone tablet from the images his grandfather had written upon the clay, and it was named the Tablet of the Holy City, and it had 4 cherubs on it, and an olive tree, and the altar, which is the land Israel dwells upon by the invitation of Anokist himself. And Zadok told Nehemiah that Ezekiel had set the parameters that would allow the recreation of a true Israel, and had defined and set in place that portion of the time of the earth that Israel would proclaim redemption all the way from Ezekiel to the second coming. And Zadok refrained from telling him that he was a son of redemption. Find out more about the 22 parameters of Ezekiel in the upcoming lesson that will be linked in the comments.